What is on top of the deck? What is on top of the deck? Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Welcome to Hunt the Week.
Hello everyone and welcome into the show. Welcome in each and every one of you rats out there, you dirty, dirty rats. Maybe you're a fairy, maybe you're an Oko. Or an elk, I guess, would probably be better. Not a lot of elks this time around in Eldraine, but here we are. I welcome you into the woods, the wildness, the magic is happening all around me as we get ready for Wilds of Eldraine League. I am your host with the most, your Goku or Go Home, your Don John DeMarco, and this is Hunt the Week. It is a weekly Magic the Gathering podcast about the Sealed Arena Gauntlet League. This is the kickoff show for Wilds of Eldraine. It's been a minute since we've had a real league going. We've been having the Decathlon side event going for a while. We had Player of the Year. We had the Rookie of the Year tournament. So much has happened, but none of it was just a tournament that people could come in and play. A lot of new people have joined the servers. We got, 79, 80 people here? And there's a lot of familiar faces that I know and recognize. I am very excited about it. I can't wait to play. I've done a couple drafts. I'm still figuring it out. And we got a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and know your role.
And I quote, you know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
That's right. Well, we got to talk about it a little bit up top because there's no guest this week. It's just Goku. First time in over a year of doing shows that I did not get a guest, and I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I like to have guests on the show, and I was supposed to have a guest on the show, so the original idea this week, new league, big kickoff, a lot of new players. Me and Ryan D did the New Player Mixer live podcast, a while ago. We were going to do it again for this. We had basically planned to do it at some point tonight, Thursday. As I record, it's 4:50 p.m. But the plan was to get together tonight and do kind of a live show, but not the same kind of show, but a live podcast where we talk more about Wilds of Eldraine and less about of an interview thing, and then having a bunch of people on from the league. Anyway, there was a plan, but the plan fell apart. It turns out Ryan's actually really busy, and I never actually locked down a real time for him. So now that it's Thursday and time has come, it doesn't seem like this is something that we really have the availability to do. And because of that, I just got to put an episode out. So I'm going to do my little Goku thing. No guest. Nice short episode this week. And bear with me. And then we'll have a guest next week, hopefully. Hopefully. This was not the plan. This is just kind of what happened. So we're going to talk a little bit about League, a little bit about Wilds of Eldraine, and a little bit of Decathlon. Before we let you go on your merry way. But this is Wilds of Eldraine League. We get 6 packs of WOE, as they call it. I've got my packs. They look alright. I've only done 2 drafts, so I can't really speak a lot for the format. I know it's supposed to be aggressive. I know roll tokens are supposed to be good. Rats look pretty fun. I know that blue is not supposed to be very good. And I've also heard that, I've heard red isn't good, but then I've also heard that red is very good. I'm not sure about that. Lords of Limited said it was an Abzan format, and who knows? That's the thing. It's so early. We don't even have the data yet to say what cards are really overperforming. We don't really know. But it's week 1. I got to play 3 colors. I don't have a 2-color deck. You're probably like your boy Goku and splashing a little bit as you have to do. But if we're going to be in Eldraine and talking about Eldraine, I did want to look at some of the main commons and uncommons in the set. These are cards that you probably have in your pool. Maybe you don't know what's strong. Maybe you don't know what to build. Let's start with white. Hopeful Vigil. 2 mana. You make a 2/2 Knight with Vigilance. Just a token. And then you can sacrifice it to scry 2. Seems fine. People say it's very, very good. Haven't played with it myself yet, but 2 mana to make a 2/2, and you get some scry on the back end. It does seem pretty good. Cooped Up. This is like a pacifism effect. 1 and a white, and creature can't attack, can't block, enchant creature, And then you can exile the creature for 2 and a white. Nice little white removal spell there. And cheap. Cheaper, better pacifism. I guess it's as cheap as pacifism, but better. You get to exile the creature if you want. Stockpiling Celebrant. This is 2 and a white for a 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, you may return a non-land permanent to your hand. If you do, scry 2. I had a pretty gross white-black deck with this and Hopeless Nightmare, a couple of them, and it was, you play this, you bounce Hopeless Nightmare, you make them discard another card, you scry again. Yeah, this card's really good, really great for rebuying ETBs, and best used on, like, enchantments, right, on non-creatures, because you kind of want that board presence from what I've seen. There's a lot of attacking, a lot of blocking. Not as fast as 1 was, but still a fairly fast format. Princess Takes Flight. This is an uncommon, 2 and a white, Saga. The first chapter is exile up to 1 creature. Nice little removal spell. Second chapter, target creature you control gets +2/+2 and flying. A nice little boost there. And then number 3, return the exiled creature to the battlefield. So this is mostly supposed to be used like a removal spell. And then you bargain it away, after that second chapter, before that third chapter. So you want to be able to bargain this. So you can basically get the creature spell, removed, exile a creature, get that gone, doesn't come back, and then you get the bonus bargain. A little bit of work, but a lot of power there. So let's look at some blue cards. Aquatic Alchemist is a 1/3 with an adventure. Bubble Up. Put target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard on top of your library. Okay, so nice little put a card on top there, and then it's a 1/3 that every time you cast an instant or sorcery gets +2/+0. That's a strong effect. If you've played a lot of blue-red decks before, you know that cards that get pumped on an instant or sorcery, those are fun. You kind of storm off a little bit, get a bunch of damage in. Johan's Stopgap, 3 in a blue, bargain. Bargain, it costs 2 less, so only 1 in a blue if you bargain. That's not bad. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, draw a card. Nice. That's a nice little bounce spell, draw a card for 2 mana. Not instant speed, though. I think that's where it might get hurt a little bit. But still a nice card. Quick Study, I love this. 2 in a blue, draw 2 cards. That's it. Instant speed, though. Divination, but better. Who doesn't like drawing cards? And if you're playing blue, you're going to want to be drawing some cards. Bitter Chill, 1 in a blue, enchant creature. When Bitter Chill enters the battlefield, tap target creature, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. When Bitter Chill is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay 1. If you do, scry 1, then draw a card. Oh, that's a lot of text. I don't know how often it's getting removed, but that's a nice little bonus on it. 1 in a blue. Man, this is a good card, huh? 1 in a blue for like a tap down forever. It doesn't tap it when it enters the battle. No, it does. When it's able to tap enchanted creature. This card's great. 2 mana, tap something down. Usually this is way more than 2, and you get the bonus of drawing a card if they can remove it. Seems great. Black Candy Grapple. I have heard about this card a lot. Have not played it myself yet. 1 in a black, instant speed. Target creature gets -3/-3. You bargain it, -5/-5. Nice little black removal spell there at common. Kills a lot of stuff in the format. That's just a strong instant speed removal spell. Voracious Vermin, 2 in a black. This is a 2/1 rat with when it ETBs, enters the battlefield, you make a 1/1 black rat creature token with this creature can't block. And this creature, Voracious Vermin, has whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Doesn't care if the creature's a token. I think the rat deck is real and is legitimate. I haven't seen it happen yet, but there's a lot of cards that care about rats. And a lot of the rats are just good. Like, this is just a good card in a non-rat deck. There's also the other rat that can, you can give all your creatures menace or sack a creature, scry to draw a card, or it makes a rat. A lot of the rats just do a lot of things. So I could see those being good in non-rat decks, where a lot of the fairies kind of need to be in fairy decks. Hopeless Nightmare, talked about this card earlier. It's very good. Black mana. When it enters the battlefield, opponent discards a card and loses 2 life, and then you can sacrifice it for 3 in a black. When it goes to the graveyard, you scry 2. If you bounce this thing back to your hand, or even just getting that extra scry 2 value off of it, this card's just so good for 1 mana. It does a lot. And last in black, Taken by Nightmares, 2 black. Exile target creature. If you control an enchantment, scry 2. Instant speed, little nice removal spell here. It is uncommon, so you won't see it as much. I've actually never seen this card yet. But again, the format is still early. And yeah, get your black removal. Black seems like a very strong color so far. So I'm in. Give me my black removal. I'm going to try to play black. Here we go for red. Cut in. This is 3 and a red. Sorcery. Deals 4 damage to target creature. Create a young roll token attached to up to 1 target creature you control. I think this might be the best roll you can get. And tagged onto a removal spell. Ooh, that's a good card. Young roll token is whenever it attacks, if its toughness is 3 or less, put a +1/+1 counter on it. There's a lot of roll tokens. I don't even think I've seen all of them. But I think this one's the best. Like, this one makes your creature bigger and stronger, so if they can remove the roll, that kind of sticks around. And if you need to bargain things away, get those counters on, bargain it off, you got your value already. I think that the young hero is the place to be. Torch the Tower. This is red mana, instant with bargain. 2 damage, target creature or planeswalker. If you bargain it, 3 damage, and you scry 1. Whenever a permanent is destroyed by it, it goes to exile. So just a nice little kind of shock removal spell. Can't go face, but yeah, cheap removal in red with bargain upside. Seems good. This card I've seen played a lot. Witch's Mark. You may discard a card if you do draw a card. It's only 2 mana. 2 mana, draw a card, discard a card. Tormenting Voice, basically. But when you do it, you create a Wicked Roll token attached to 1 target creature. So that's +1/+1, and when that enchantment hits the graveyard, each opponent loses 1 life. This is just a nice little upgrade on Tormenting Voice. Makes it a little bit better. Red has looked good. I mean, red looks good, looks aggressive, and this has been really good in the red that's beaten me down. And lastly, our uncommon Witch Stalker Frenzy, 3 and a red. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature that attacked this turn, and it deals 5 damage to target creature. So it's a 4 mana, deal 5 instant speed, and if you attack with creatures, it gets cheaper. Yeah, seems good. That seems like, and you can like go to attacks, attack with your creatures before they block. You know, this is cheap. You kill something. Yeah, seems very, very strong. Green, Curse of the Werefox, 2 and a green. Create a monster roll token attached to a creature you control. That's +1/+1 and trample. And when you do, that creature fights up to 1 creature you don't control. 3 mana, sorcery speed, fight with upside. Yeah, seems strong. Seen a lot of removal spells on this list I'm looking at. Number 2, Hamlet Glutton. This card is the truth. 5 green for a 6/6 with trample. When it ETBs, you gain 3 life, and if you can bargain it out, cost 2 less. So 7 mana without the bargain, 5 mana with it. Card's just a house. 6/6. Trample is like as big as anything gets in the set. And you gain life, so it kind of stabilizes against the aggro. You bargain it in, you get it down on turn 4, turn 5. Thing has just been really good. Hollow Scavenger. I'm not sure why this is on the list. They say because it's good to do something on turn 1. So this is a 3/2 wolf for 3 mana, 2 and a green. With an adventure for green sorcery, you can make a food token. And then it's a 3/2 with sack of food. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. And welcome to Sweet Tooth. I just finished watching the Twisted Metal show. Highly recommend it if you like that kind of stuff. Check it out. It was real fun, real funny, real good. But that's not what this is about. 1 in a green. It's a saga. First chapter, make a 1/1. Second chapter, make a food. Chapter 3, put X +1/+1 counters on a creature where X is the number of food. 1 plus the number of foods you control. So basically it makes a 3/3 and gets you a food for 2 mana. Like, come on. I mean, the token has to stick around, but if you can make more food, you'll make it bigger. Just a nice little value engine right there in green. And that's going to do it for you know, the strong commons and uncommons that are looking right now. There's other stuff out there. Again, we're so early, it's hard to know what's really good and what's not. Like, what's the mythic uncommon? I always try and guess early, and I'm always wrong. So we don't really know what's going on, right? Like this is an early format. It's not solved, but it does seem aggressive. So you want stuff to do early. Kind of reminds me of Magic Origins draft, which was like you really needed something to do on turn 2, or you were just kind of going to lose that game. Like it's not that you need to be aggressive, but you need to be having a board presence, and you need to be doing it early. At least that's my current takeaway from Wilds of Eldraine. Still a lot to go. My pool is rolled, but games have not started yet, and I don't know what I'm going to do. But I did. One of the weird things about me is I'm really into data mining, right? Like when a new update for a game comes out, I go deep. Like I'm in that coal mine. I got my canary. I got my pickaxe, and tick 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 tick. I'm in there ticking away, and you know I data mine all kinds of stuff. You know that's the thing. I'm always mining, and I was looking at the original Eldraine trailer. Remember when this came out and it was like, oh, is Garrick gonna be there? What's going on? But no, it was, you know, this love story of these gingerbread people, and then, oh, spoiler alert, things don't go good for one of them, and the other one's actually in this set. Sir Ginger came from that. So if you haven't seen that original Eldraine like release trailer, a little short movie, I don't know what it was, like a 5-minute long animated thing. It's super fun. It's cool. Check it out. Bring back Garrick. And I was data mining, and I found this thing. So let's take a listen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Wilds of Eldraine. One, two, 3, 4, 5 rat tokens on my board, so come on, let's ride to the attack step around the corner. I'm gonna swing all in, but my opponent don't wanna. Enchantments are going deep. I guess that's why they call it power creep. I got sorcerer, wicked, hero, and more. And as I continue, I'll bargain galore. So what can I do with all this food on my board? To me, value is just like a sport. Anything aggressive, I'll swing in and I'll pump it. Just missing the blast from the trumpet. A little bit of Rowan in my life, a little bit of Rankle by my side, a little bit of Kenris, what I need, a little bit of Rats, that's guaranteed, a little roll token on my guy, bargain it away, that is the life, a little bit of fairies, here I am, Wild of Eldraine is the plan. Wilds of Eldraine. Swing in, swing out. Move your tokens around. Get your phase in the air and your rats on the ground. Take a card from your yard, put it back in your hand. It's a bomb back and you play it again. Put a card from your grip and bargain it. Nice. Get the value and you're feeling alright. A little bit of Rowan in my life, a little bit of Rankle by my side, a little bit of Kenris, what I need, a little bit of Rats, that's guaranteed, a little roll token on my guy, bargain it away, that is the life, a little bit of fairies, here I am, Wild of Eldraine is the plan. Weird. It's like they predicted all of Wilds of Eldraine even back then. They knew it was going to happen. And I just can't believe that I came across that. No one else had for the years that it had been out. And it just goes to show to never give up. Right? Keep trying. Keep doing your best. And maybe you'll find something that no one else has. Right? Maybe you'll hit that diamond in the rough. And we have the decathlon going on. Actually, mid-recording, you couldn't tell, but mid-recording I stopped to go play Adam in our finals match for round 4 of the decathlon, which I think I've been waiting for like 9 days now. But we had some good games just then. I lost, but I lost in kind of like, I don't know, didn't feel too bad. Kind of kept a rough hand game 1, but I don't think it would have mattered, and I don't think I would have done in that last game would have mattered. And Adam's hand was kind of stacked. Adam's a good player, and I'll be seeing him in the finals because that's right, I already won a decathlon 6 hurdles, I think. Was trying to go back to back and win 2, but Adam and his big mana deck just wasn't having it. But the decathlon has been so fun. I've really loved it. I can't say enough good things about it. I'll write up like a feedback when the whole league is over, which is probably now. I guess I can just do my feedback now. So I'll do that here, and I'll type it up a little bit. But I loved it. I loved everything about it. I've said a lot of the pros already, which is like the packs I think are super interesting and really cool. I really like the gameplay and the bracket structure and how if you lose in some brackets, It's like, you know, I was waiting for that last game with Adam for 9 days. I played a bunch of other games. I got a bunch of packs for my finals match while I was waiting for it, which I think is like, it's cool. I don't feel bad that I'm losing in other ones because like the ones that I'm still in, like that deck just got better, and that just helps my chances in that bracket. So cool. I loved it. Things I would like to see added or changed. Maybe a land slot, dedicated non-basic land slot, any rarity, and like that could throw a whole bunch of craziness in there. Also gives you like the ability to maybe get snow lands in case you hit a snow card. I mean, there were lands going around in that thing, but like maybe a land slot. And maybe you do throw basics in. Maybe, you know, all non-basics is too much, but I don't know. There's a lot of bad non-basics that are still single color. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it makes too much splashing, but for me, a couple more lands would have been would have been nice. In the end, it took a long time to get kind of the games done, but people got busy and whatever, you know. Wilds came out. No one's really talking about Decathlon anymore except Goku and the people still in it. Other downsides, I think the bonus sheets kind of messed up the rarity, and I saw like what's a rare on the bonus sheet in Strixhaven as people's rares, and like sometimes that's great and sometimes it's not. I mean, I know I opened Weather the Storm for somebody, which is like 1 in a green storm, gain 3 life. That was his rare. I felt pretty bad on that one. The alchemy cards and jumpstart cards are all kind of like, you know, lottery tickets, but it's fine. Like, I think that's kind of the fun of how crazy and wild everything is that like we don't get to play with these cards a lot. So like this one chance, maybe you'll get to, and even then you still got to draw it. You still got to play it. It's not all alchemy. So it's just 1 or 2 cards in the deck. But I really loved the Chaos Decathlon. Super fun. I love the side events. I haven't been able to play nearly enough of Miranda's Mega Drafts, but I know people are enjoying those as well. Get ready, get out there, get in the server. If you're new, thanks for listening to the show. Normally I have a guest, and sorry about that. But, you know, be active, play your games, try and say hi to people, talk to people, come at me and say you want to come on the podcast, maybe. And you know, like, just be a part of the community. Get ready. Wilds of Eldraine is here. And I got a couple more drafts to do before I just don't understand this format yet. I don't get what's going on. I don't get it yet, but I'm going to get it. And I hope you get it when you get to keep a good 7. Because that's so important in these league games. And so is having the shuffler in your favor. I can't recommend those 2 things happening enough for you. Because that's how you win a league. And I've won too. So, like, keeping a good 7. And you know what? I'll even add in no win to mulligan, and don't be afraid to mulligan. And, I think that's something I share with our player of the year, Richard. We both mulligan a lot. No win to mulligan. Don't be afraid. But keep a good 7, please. And have that shuffler be in your favor. And we'll see everyone right here next week. Bye, everybody.